Hi everybody, it's Trish Fritz, your concierge realtor with Howard Hanna. I hope you're all doing well. I know that it's a tough time for everyone. A lot of us are stuck at home and trying to keep working and keep sane and keep connected with people, even though we're not really able to leave the house as much as we would like. Of course, I've been doing the same thing that all the rest of you have been doing, which is basically trying to figure out how to get my daughter through school. Work in a space with that I'm now sharing with my husband and my daughter that usually I have all to myself. I don't know about you, but I'm a little selfish. So that's been an adjustment, but we're doing well and we're making it work. So during this time, I've also been thinking really hard about how can I continue to serve my community even though I'm at home. And I came up with an idea that I am calling 5 Things About My Favorite People. I know so many amazing people that I can't even tell you, and I want to share them with you. And so what I'm going to be doing over the next series of weeks, depending, it may go on forever if I keep meeting more amazing people like I've already met in the last 3 years of my life. But we're going to start, and I'm going to share these people with you so that you can get to know them and hopefully love them as much as I do. Why am I doing it? Well, my business is based on generosity. I build my business based on generosity. And so I want to give these fantastic people something in a time when I cannot give them a lot of referrals because I'm just not out and about. So I want to support my community. I want to build my community. I want to build my referral community. And like I said, these are amazing people. They are the best of the best at what they do. They are wonderful folks. They are committed to their clients just like I am. They are committed to their community like I am. And I know that you'll love them as much as I do. So I think the best way to start this project is for me to introduce you, or at least let you get to know a little bit more about my favorite person, me. Isn't that everybody's favorite person? Just so you get a little better insight into who I am if you don't already know me well. And also so that when I interview my friends in the coming weeks, those interviews are not about me at all. They're going to be about them. So here we go. Number 1 thing about me. I love people. That's it. I love people. I think that that love of people hopefully translates into a wonderful real estate experience for the people that I work with. I love helping them. I help. Gosh. I'm not going to do any cuts in this, people, so if there's any glitches, we're just going to keep going. So I do love helping people. Number 2, I'm an Air Force veteran. Many years ago, in another lifetime, I was a musician with the United States Air Force. I joined the band at McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey right after I finished my master's degree. And by the way, I joined it because there was a man in that group that I really wanted to be with. And almost 35 years later, I'm still with him, so it was a good decision all around. I spent a year and a half in New Jersey, and then we moved to Germany, and we were with the United States Air Forces in Europe band, and we traveled all over Europe and had experiences that I can't even begin to tell you in this very short video because there are just too many of them. But if you want to know, I'll buy you a glass of wine or a beer or a drink, and we'll talk about it because I had some experiences that I couldn't even imagine. Okay, so I'm an Air Force veteran. Love veterans of all types, and I'm happy to work with anybody, but I have a special place in my heart for veterans. I was a successful musician for 30 years before I became a realtor. I went to undergraduate school as a musician. I went to graduate school as a musician. I have 2 degrees in music performance. Clarinet is a specialty, and I made my living completely for 30 years. In 2008, everything changed, just like for everyone else, and unfortunately, live music became a commodity that people no longer wanted to pay for. And so I had a change. And at that time, also, I had a baby daughter, and I was so busy playing with her, I didn't really care. And then when I came back to work in 2014, things had changed, so that's when I had to make some hard decisions. And I stumbled through a few years, and I ended up in real estate and haven't looked back. So I was a successful musician. During the time that I was a musician, I've also been a teacher. Not in the public schools, but I have been a private teacher of clarinet, saxophone, flute, jazz, classical, you name it, for, since I was 18. I started teaching when I was in high school, and I have had students consistently ever since. I still have students. I still love teaching, and I think that that love of teaching helps me be a better realtor. Because a lot of real estate is education. And I understand that people don't know everything. I don't want them to know everything. I'll give you all the information you want, but I'm not going to overload you. And I think having been a teacher for a very long time helps me know where the limits are, so that you're getting all of the information that you need but not being overwhelmed. Because in real estate, if you get overwhelmed, if you're buying a house, you get overwhelmed, you're going to quit. You're going to be sad, and you're going to say, wow, that was a terrible experience, and I never want to do it again. So I'm all about education, but having been a teacher for a very long time, like I said, I was a private teacher. I taught at the Governor's School for the Arts in Norfolk for 10 years, and that was a wonderful experience. If you have any art-minded kids, definitely look into it, because it's a fabulous place. And then once I went into real estate, I stopped doing music full-time. I stopped doing it as a career, but I still do play a lot, still do teach, and I still love it. So, all right, so that's number 4. Number 5. I saved the weirdest thing about me for last. Some of you already know this story. It's one I like to tell, but it's something that I think makes me unique. There are very few people in the world who can say, I mean, relatively speaking, there's others, but there are very few people in the world that can say that they have this distinction. I am a member of a secret society in Denmark. Think about that. I was elected into the King Christian IV Guild, and basically what it is that during World War II, the Danes resisted. They did not want to be under Hitler's thumb, and they just did everything they could to thwart him. A lot of it was done in secret, and there was a bar, a very old pub in Aalborg, Denmark, which is a coastal city, a harbor city, and they formed this society in the basement of this bar in order to resist the Nazis. That society has since evolved. Obviously, there's no need for a secret resistance society because all is well in Denmark now. It's a wonderful country. If you've never been, you should go. But now it's a charity that supports mothers with triplets. Who knew? There's a lot of triplets in Denmark. I don't know what the deal with that is, but there's a lot of triplets. And so this is a charity that supports mothers of triplets. But they still maintain their secret society status. And the initiation is all very hush-hush, and they basically drag you out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning and march you around town, make you sing songs and drink a lot, which was interesting. At 7 o'clock in the morning, drinking akavit, I think is what we were drinking. And I was given a key. And the key opens the back door of that bar so that I can go in when it's open, obviously, anytime I want, through the back door. And when I come in through the back door, everyone in the bar knows I'm part of the society. So I think that's really special, and I was very lucky to have that experience. That was one of the many, many, many experiences that I had as a member of the Air Force Band in Europe, that I was allowed to be inducted into that society. They only induct like 10 people a year. So even though it's been going on for a very long time, that's still, percentage-wise, not a lot of people. In fact, I have a good friend in Denmark who was our bus driver when we were there. He was a Danish Air Force guy, and he would drive us around, and he waited 30 years to get in. So we had special dispensation to get in. They elected two from our band every year as a special privilege. So I was very lucky to do that. So there you have it. 10 things about me, or 10 things, 5 things about me. Some of them real estate related, some of them not, some of them normal, some of them quirky. But that's kind of all of us, right? We're a little bit of a lot of things. So I hope you tune in to my next series of videos and get to know my friends and see what we can do to keep our community thriving. Thanks so much. Stay safe, be well. Have a great day.